The signs were everywhere, but now it's official, we are in a recession.
Soaring gas prices, falling home prices, and rising unemployment.
What kind of recipe is that? Overall, that's a recipe for a recession.
People worried about the gas prices and food prices. We're in an unhealthy market.
For the well-off in this country, high gas prices are mostly an annoyance. But to most Americans, they're a huge problem, bordering on a crisis.
The signs of a recession are forming, with inflation up 9.1%, prices rising on food, shelter, and transportation.
There's record high inflation, gas prices averaging $5 a gallon. The stock market is tumbling into a bear market. Consumer goods are rising at the fastest pace in 4 decades.
13 states now have an average gas price above $5 a gallon.
When President Putin decides to attack Ukraine, then Russia's the biggest oil exporter to the world. That's a problem that's bigger than the U.S. production capability can solve.
Jobs are back, prices are still too high. COVID is down, but gas prices are up. Our work isn't done.
Hello, I'm Patrick Pate.
And I'm Kathy Pate.
And we would be considered a middle-class family.
We live in the country in Lapeer County. Right now we have 3 people living in our house, myself, my husband, and our college-age daughter.
We are a single-family income. I am an electrician, and actually Kathy just started a job recently.
I work at McLaren Lapeer Hospital as a patient safety associate. And I've been working part-time for about a year. Prior to that, I was a stay-at-home mom for 24 years.
Currently we have 3 vehicles.
Patrick drives a pickup truck, which is his work vehicle. I have a Chevy Traverse, and my daughter has a Subaru.
Hi, I'm Kawana Smith.
And I'm Lauren Smith.
And we're considered to be a high-class family.
High class?
Are you high class?
You high maintenance, I ain't high class.
We live in Augusta Township, which is Washtenaw County. We have a multi-family income. I am an independent agent with State Farm Insurance Company. I have been with the company 34 years.
I currently work for the Detroit Police Department. I've been with the Detroit Police Department 24 years. But my wife failed to tell you, we both retired from the military with 22 years of service, and we work well together.
In our household, there's only 2 of us living in the household currently.
But we have a dog part-time on the weekends. His name is Honcho. We currently have 5 vehicles in our home. Ford F-150 2013, Buick Enclave 2021, Corvette 204, 1973 Corvette, and a 1973 Mustang. So when we want to get out and let our hair go, we get out and get in those cars and we have a great time. Now this is Kawana's office / shoe room, and there's more shoes than this. Thousands of shoes. She got shoes here in that closet. That's our whole storage room. We take on a project each year for our home. So last year was the garage. This year was we did the bathroom.
My name is Timtoya Jones. I consider myself low income, and I live in an apartment complex in Flushing, Michigan. I've been living in this apartment for about 3 months now. Currently, there's 2 people living in my household. It's my daughter, Gabriella, and myself. My current household has 1 vehicle. It's a Jeep Cherokee. My current job, I'm a security guard and I'm also a freelance brand ambassador. We're headed to Kroger to get some groceries.
Right now I'm headed to Walmart to do some grocery shopping. I don't have to do major grocery shopping. This weekend, 2 of my daughters are coming back from school for the weekend, and we're also having friends over on Sunday. So I'm taking that into account. I'm going to Walmart. I've actually been going there probably the last 4 weeks just because I'm finding that it's a lot cheaper than Kroger, which is where I've shopped like religiously for the past 10 years.
We're heading to Sam's Club. We're going to do a little shopping. We have to get some gas, and we spend most of our time getting our things at Sam's Club. When we go grocery shopping, we grocery shop for the month. If we're going to be in the grocery store after we have shopped for the month, it's because we're looking to have something different than what we typically would have.
I'm getting a full week's worth of groceries at Kroger. I usually get some meats, vegetables, and snacks.
Well, currently we're shopping for 2, my husband and myself, but I also shop for my dad. My dad is 94 years old and resides in Flint, and I do all of his grocery shopping also.
My budget is $100, and I think I'm gonna spend maybe $95.
We really don't have a budget for groceries. We typically buy what we want. If we go for the month, we'll spend anywhere from about $175 to $250.
2008, I was shopping for 6 people. It was 2 adults and we had 4 kids. I remember very well that I spent $108 a week, but that was for everything. That was like cleaning supplies, toilet paper, groceries, toothpaste, everything. And I had to make sure I kept it to 108 or less. And now, with inflation, I'm spending about $200 a week for 3 people.
Of course, it's more now with the pandemic, us heading into a recession. I don't think that we're buying differently. We typically buy the same things, but we realize we just have to pay more for them.
During the recession, when every penny counted, I would always plan out my meals for a week very carefully so that, if I knew I was getting a bunch of celery, it was all going to be used up by the end of the week and there was going to be no waste. And when inflation wasn't as high and now we have a pending recession, or some say we are in a recession, I'm starting to go back to that, where I'm planning so that I can be more careful how the money's being spent, making foods that maybe stretch a little farther.
That's a nice watch.
I like coming over here to look at this jewelry, and I'm going to get those earrings right there.
I used to buy a lot of organic fruits and vegetables, well, everything, a lot of organic, but with inflation, look at that, $7.48 for a bag of potatoes.
Huh?
Oh, catfish.
With who?
Catfish.
I got a bag.
Oh, okay.
That is loaded with sugar, Sissy.
I did know.
So I spent $100.52 today, which is less than I normally spend each week, but that's because I knew I wasn't doing major weekly grocery shopping. So that's really just a few days worth of groceries, and because we're having some friends over.
This is my work truck, and we're at almost empty. So we're headed to the gas station to get fuel.
We typically don't allow our vehicles to go below a half a tank. So I'm going to be filling my tank up. I'm a little bit above a half a tank. So the half a tank is the new empty with what's going on in the economy now.
Today I am putting 30 in my tank, and it's probably gonna get me a little before half. Used to take $40 to about 45 to fill up my truck. Now it's a lot more due to gas being so high.
Typically when it's on E, it would be, I don't know, $70, $80 maybe to fill it up around there. But lately, to go from E to fill it up, it's been in the neighborhood of 153, 148, somewhere around there.
Gas here today is $3.79 per gallon, and due to my Kroger membership, I'm getting 20 cents off.
How much was your gas? His was 61. And how much gas did you have in your vehicle prior?
A little bit over half.
Over half. He had a little bit over half, and he put in $61. So mine is shedding off at $45.37.
That sounds good.
Yes. And I had a little over a half a tank.
Today's fill up is $151.51.
At the end of the day, you're still going to need gas to get where you're going. So I just adjust accordingly. It's not a lot of things when you get up to my age that I need to have. So you know what? Gas is one of the priorities that gets you to where you're going. So I don't typically worry about it. I just go pump my gas and fill my tank up and keep it moving.
The recession affected us greatly. In the end, we ended up having to move.
The work that I was doing slowed down to where I didn't have anything to do. And Iowa, I looked it up, and Iowa actually had a lot of growth and work opportunities. Then I went out for some job interviews and took my sleeping bag and stuff with me and got a job while I was out there.
It just completely tanked all at once. I mean, out here, we were in Lapeer County, and in Genesee County, we were seeing double-digit unemployment back then, and it was, people couldn't find jobs anywhere, not at fast food joints, not at retail places, anywhere. So people were leaving the state like crazy, which is what we ended up doing. And that was January of 2008 that Patrick just picked up and went on ahead to get a job, and then we moved out there in May. We sold our house, and we were able to move out to Iowa to join him.
My income level in 2008 was $142,000, at which time I was a consultant for the company, and so therefore that was my income, and my bonuses ranged anywhere from $32,000 to $40,000.
2008, I think my income was around $60,000, maybe $65,000 with overtime.
2008, I had to be like 18. At that time, my sister was working. I worked part-time, and my brother and also my mom worked. I don't feel like we weren't prepared for it because we really weren't affected by it.
We were able to maintain because we don't live beyond our means.
Correct.
We are about saving. And so therefore, we didn't have to shift much at all because we stayed within our means. When the recession came, we weren't greatly impacted by it. And with what's going on now, I would say we're not greatly impacted by it because it is our behaviors that have shaped our lifestyle.
We did what we could during the recession. Obviously, we didn't have a lot of money coming in, so just from a business standpoint, we thought, well, then we have to cut costs, and so that meant the kids ate a lot of peanut butter and jelly and oatmeal and lentils, because you could get a bag of lentils for $1 a bag.
We were in Iowa for 2 years. I came back in June of 2010, and Kathy and the kids all came back in September of 2010.
I feel like we're ready for if there's another recession. I think just the talk of inflation and food supply chain problems and food shortage problems, I do feel like we're better prepared now.
I certainly think that current inflation is starting to affect my household. Things that I would normally save on, I'm actually coming out of pocket more. If a recession comes along, which I think it's already here, I'm not ready for it. I don't think there's really anything that I can do about it.
I think we're ready. Past practice, we're not big spenders. We bargain shop. We take our time when we do something. Like I said, when we do a project in our home, we budget for it, one project a year. So we're pretty much prepared for what's to come because we don't outspend ourselves.